Anything crazy happens.
Welcome to the Top 10 List podcast. My name is Brian. That's Sarah over there on that
Hello.
side. Welcome to the show. Thank you for watching and listening. And welcome to the Sacramento Comedy Spot. This is where we record now. So I'm pretty stoked. Yeah, it's
Love
cool. Yeah. Every week we have two guests compete to assemble a top 10 list on a different topic. Tonight's topic is least dateable fictional characters. Just to let you know, we're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. So if you're joining us and you'd like to comment, we want to hear from you. So stick around, and Sarah will be checking in on you. You can make comments on Facebook. That's where we get most of the comments. And I'm kind of watching Periscope, but I do a poor job of it.
Okay. It's hard.
It's hard. It's hard. So let's introduce our guest. Please welcome, furthest away from me is Saba, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah. And then right next to me is Allison. Yeah, welcome. Eventually, I'd love to have more people here and seeing us, kind of last minute skis. We're like, come on out and watch the show. So Mike came up here and he opened up the bar. So thank you, Mike, for being here.
Mike, our bartender.
And Hussein came out and Jack came out and Jack is taking pictures. Yeah, everyone's all, I don't know.
Yeah, Hussein.
So thank you guys for joining us, and thank you everybody joining us at home. And I want to say this before we get started. The Duders, which are a really good group of people that watch the show on a continuous basis, you were super nice and sent me some birthday gifts.
Oh, yeah.
And they are pretty amazing. I got a moon that actually levitates on a platform and it lights up, and I got planet plates, and I got a string of lights that have little astronauts on them and everything. So thank you, everybody. That was really sweet. I appreciate that.
Super nice.
Yeah. Somebody was like, did they deliver it to your home? And I was like, no, that would have been really weird if somebody found my address. But they just sent it to the Comedy Spot. And I was like, oh, this is great. So I set up my new office in the Comedy Spot, and I have all my toys in there now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
good.
perfect.
I'm going to be adjusting things tonight because...
Yeah, it's a little different. Everything.
A little
Yeah, I
different.
know. I was just thinking about doing that too.
Yeah, then I don't have to lean over the whole time.
How was your birthday? Was it good?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't do anything crazy. Usually I have a big event, we go roller skating or we do laser tag or, something that 9-year-olds do. Yeah. And this year it was pretty mild. We just had the shows. But everybody's singing happy birthday to me after the musical and before the show, and just, I don't know, it was really fun. Yeah. I had a really good time.
Yeah.
I felt really special.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right, let me do business. But I cut down the business to make it go faster.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So Sacramento Comedy Spot is Northern California's largest comedy school. We have classes in improv, stand-up, sketch, and now video. We also have tons of shows and events, including FemFest, coming up on March 20th and through the 22nd. So check that out. And if you like the show, support us on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/SacComedySpot. All right, let's do this.
Boom.
See how quick that was?
That was super fast. You're like an auctioneer.
Yeah. I don't want to mess around anymore. We're gonna get right to it, damn it. After I talk about my birthday and everything else.
Talk about how you've shortened down the business part.
Yeah. And then I go on for an extra 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm really good at this. Okay, so each round tonight, you're going to pitch your pick for that slot. So we would go number 10 first. Saba's going to start. She's going to pitch your number 10. And then Allison, you're going to pitch your number 10. And then either me or Sarah is going to vote on which person should win out of that slot. Okay. Then we just go back and forth. So Allison, you'll pitch at number 9. We'll also have people watching tonight be the ones who vote on your picks. So it'll be me, Sarah, the audience, or both of us together. And then the person with the most points or the most wins wins the game. You get a high five from Sarah. I think you owe people some high fives.
I owe people, so let me know. Yeah.
Okay, we keep forgetting. We should have another sign that says "Don't forget the high five." Yeah. But this says "Don't forget you have your switch." That means anytime during the show, if the opposite person wins a round, you can say switch, and then you win that round.
Mm-hmm.
So you steal it from them. We should call it the Stealer.
No, we got to call them the Switchers, not the Steeler-Roonies.
The Steeler-Roonies.
Switcheroonies.
Yeah, we'll have to change our whole branding if we change the word at this point.
They're T-shirts and everything.
Yeah, eventually.
There are 3 T-shirts right now.
Just made by Jack.
Yeah.
Just made by
T-shirts.
Jack. Jack's a big fan. He's the only one that makes T-shirts for it. All right, well, let's get busy. This is the top 10 list of least dateable fictional characters.
Really rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. I have to read it every time I say it or I screw it up. Saba, you get to go first tonight at number 10. What are you going to pitch at number 10?
Jafar.
Yeah, that's a good pick, dude.
Wow.
That's coming out of the gate strong.
Yeah.
You know?
I would not date that guy. He
No, he's a jerk.
is a
man.
jerk.
Yeah.
I mean, do I need to say more?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so.
He's creepy and he's old and he goes for younger ladies.
Wait, I
and-
think Jafar was about the same age I was, or I am right now.
How
in the
old
movie.
were
How old?
any
Yeah.
of them?
I know, you can't tell how old any of them are.
Yeah.
I know.
He has a weird bird.
He does have.
I
a
don't
weird-
like that either.
Yeah,
Would
Iago.
you- okay, but would you rather date Iago or Jafar?
Oh, that's honestly, I'd rather.
Godfrey.
yeah.
This is the weirdest game
Oh,
of
man.
would you rather? Or
Like a bleep, Mary,
And a
kill
kill,
situation.
yeah.
Doesn't Iago like redeem himself on the TV show Aladdin? That we all
Does he?
watched?
Yeah.
Seven. None
Or-
of us watched
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. What is it? Is it F Mary Kill? Yeah, I would F Iago. And then
Okay.
You would F Yaga.
Whoa.
There's only two people.
Oh, how would that
You don't
work?
have to F either.
You
of them.
could
Yeah,
just
you
kill
don't.
one. You just, that's fine. That's
I don't
a
even
choice.
talk about the other two. I just F Iago.
Iago is even a part of this list yet. Should we just add him as an honorable
Sorry.
mention?
Yeah. No. We'll
wouldn't
wait.
date
We'll
him,
wait.
though.
Okay, so Jafar at number 10. That's Saba's pick. Allison, what are you going to put
Okay.
against Jafar?
Well, I have another
Oh,
animated character.
at number 10?
Buzz Lightyear.
Whoa.
Hear me out. He has a hero complex.
Yeah.
You don't know what's happening with his hair because it's always covered up.
Right.
And then he's got that weird like soul patch swirl thing. Is that his chin or is that hair?
I
Like,
think
we
that's
don't
a
know.
cleft chin or something like that.
Okay, it's
Like
real
Yeah.
swirly. I don't
Yeah.
like it. And most unforgivably, he has a catchphrase.
To infinity.
He
and-
probably
yeah.
says that when, you know,
That's true. when he's
when he F's Iago.
yeah, where their paths to cross.
Right.
That's my pitch.
All right. Well,
Wow.
I get
These
to
are
pick
great.
first.
Uh-huh.
I like how right out of the gate we got some animated characters, which is fantastic. I'm a big Disney fan, but I have to say that I truly hate Jafar. Because he's a good bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, I love the character, good bad guy. So I'm going to pick, I would not want to date Jafar.
Okay.
Because he has
Yeah.
magic. That's the same as
Oh.
like a date rape drug or something
That's true.
like that.
Yeah, he does. He hypnotizes
Yeah.
people too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
I
abducted
maybe I shouldn't have used that expression.
Yeah.
But he could like use the little, his little staff
You're
and
right.
and be like, hey, let's go back to
That
my
would
place and
freaking
hang out.
suck.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
This is a weird thing to
God.
win.
Worse than the hero complex. Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, Buzz Lightyear seems like a nice guy.
He's like a bro. You know, like he takes longer to get ready than a
Yeah.
woman. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he's looking in the
Annoying,
mirror
yeah.
a lot.
Maintenance, all
Yeah.
those
It's
parts.
just this is red flags.
I agree. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. Well, number 9, Allison, you get to go first on this one. So, by the way, Saba, you picked up a point for that.
Cool.
So, good job.
Congrats.
Okay. My number 9 choice is Danny Zuko from Greece. Because
What do you mean, Sandy?
yeah, because like first of all, when he and Sandy first meet, he like pretends like he's gonna be with her forever, and like we all know he thought he was never gonna see her again.
Right.
And then he
Yeah.
sees her at school, and he's
It's
like,
true.
"Yeah, I'm just Danny," and she's like, "But aren't you the Danny I knew?" And he's like, "Well, no, what?" I
He
don't
tries
know.
to gaslight her. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
and then it just gets worse. Like he kind of gets rapey in a car.
Yeah.
and then it never gets better. And then she has a glow up, and all of a sudden he's into her.
Yeah.
and then they ride off into the sunset. He
Yeah.
is problematic.
Yeah. He makes
Oh my
people
God,
do
you're
bad
right.
things.
You're right. He's
Yeah.
so
You're right.
hot, but he's bad.
I mean,
He's
yeah, he
bad.
did give me multiplying chills, but that's a
Oh
no
my God,
for
are
me,
you
dog.
You're
I
like a
didn't know
movie
that's
critic.
what you were
I love
gonna
it.
say after multiplying.
That's
I know.
great.
I didn't-
was like, what?
I didn't either. I did not also know.
I've always thought that Danny Zuko was kind of a jerk. Like
Yeah.
I never really connected with those characters because I was like, he's kind of an asshole. You
Yeah,
know, they had
especially
this
in public.
Yeah, they had this great summer together, and they were on the beach.
He was
and
real
things.
sweet, and then he
Yeah.
sang a real weird, horny song about it later.
Right. Yeah.
Took
Yeah.
all the sweetness out of
Yeah,
it.
he's like with all those guys, and like, tell me more, tell me more. You know, and you're like, come on, asshole.
Nasty.
Yeah, don't.
You guys
share.
made out. You didn't
He
go
would
all
be
the way
right.
downtown.
He would be the guy that would totally show a picture on his phone of like his girlfriend naked to all of his friends.
Oh,
Do you know
he
what I'm saying?
totally would.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a douchebag.
Yeah,
I don't like
for
him
sure.
at all.
Am I alone in this?
No, No.
Oh. You guys are fine. You can get
Yeah,
involved.
sound off.
What's that?
In the show, not in real life. I was one of the Tell Me More guys.
In the musical.
Oh,
Mike
you were in the
LaRosa
musical.
was one of the
Okay.
Tell Me More
He
guys.
was
Thank
Mike
you.
LaRosa in the Tell Me Mores.
Yeah, that was in the Tell Me Mores. Good job, Mike. Good job. Okay, let's do number 9. But from Saba's perspective.
Yeah, from her perspective.
Which one?
I'm writing a screenplay right now. The deadline for this is actually tomorrow because I got to get scripts out to people.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was up all night last night. I have to be up all night tonight to finish off the last 15 or 20 pages.
Oh my gosh.
And so it is just
Speed
marathon
through this,
writing. dude.
yeah.
Yeah. It's on fire though. Okay, so I'm tired.
Okay.
Yes, live reading this Saturday, 5:30 to 7:30. So, Saba, go ahead and hit your number 9.
Okay, so I recently have binge watched The L Word from 2004 through 2010, I think. So I don't know if anyone knows this character, but Shay, she is on the reboot, which I haven't watched. Are you familiar?
I remember.
So I wouldn't.
I
date-
think we'll see if the person I'm picturing. Yeah, that's I'm right.
Shay on the L
Yeah.
word. Yeah.
Shay on the L Word.
Well, what's Shay's thing? Because I'm not familiar.
Yeah, so Shay is like super sexy and cool without having to try, and just makes you feel like you're the only person
hate
in
that.
the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day, it's like on to the next thing.
Oh.
And
She's the Danny Zuko of the L
yeah,
Word.
I was
Yeah.
thinking of her
I
as you were
was thinking
talking.
that,
Yeah. And the truth is, like, yeah, I would date if I would date her.
Yeah.
I would know what I was getting myself into, and I would do it anyway because she kills the smoky eye every time.
Yeah, she's. Yeah.
But yeah, there she
Yeah.
is.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. So, Shay from the L word.
Yeah. And she just like keeps making you feel like you're safe, and then
Oh, damn. This sounds kind of personal.
I mean, when you binge watch,
Oh, yeah, you do connect. Yes, yeah,
I feel like I
totally.
did date her.
I think everybody's dated somebody that you liked more than they liked you, or
Yeah,
like you were really
that's
into,
Shay.
and they could just drop you like that, and
Yeah.
you're like, what? What happened?
She's
All
a
right.
really good friend, though.
Good friend,
Redeeming
terrible
quality.
lover.
That's nice.
All right. So Shay from the L word is up against Danny Zuko. This actually goes to
me.
you. Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't know Shay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Danny Zuko.
Yep, Danny
Because yeah,
Zuko.
that sucks. He's all cool for a minute, and then he's
Yeah. Nobody
they're
wants to
essentially
date
the same
that
person.
guy.
But a lot of people are saying Grease has forever been changed for me.
I'm so
I
sorry.
didn't realize it, right? Because
Yeah,
he's still
he's-
like good looking and he's
Yeah.
smooth, but you don't realize like that's not a good guy.
He's kind of a bad guy.
He's problematic in
Yeah.
the modern era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are here to ruin a lot of your
Yeah,
childhood
there's more.
memories and
And he
Really?
just interrupted classes all the time, and nobody got to learn.
wasn't
He's just
like-
he created a toxic
A
environment
lot
for
of like
everybody who's
hip
around.
thrusting. That's
Yeah.
distracting
Yeah.
in class.
Yeah, I mean you can't get anything done when someone's
Yeah,
hip
what a
thrusting all
joker.
the time.
Stop combing your hair. It's fine.
Yeah, he's got like psoriasis or something.
All right, Saba, you're up. Number 8.
Okay. George Wickham from Pride and Prejudice / Daniel Cleaver from Bridget Jones's Diary.
Oh wow.
Oh, there
I
is-
love this.
Yes, I knew this is for you.
I love this.
I knew that something in Pride and Prejudice was gonna come up.
I love this.
So
Wickham!
again, just like a sneaky person who really charming and then screws you over. And I wanted to make sure I had his first name right, George Wickham. So
Yeah.
I looked him up, and there's a really funny description of him on Wikipedia. It says that he has his true nature is that of a manipulative, unprincipled layabout,
I'll lay it
a
back.
ne'er-do-well, living the lifestyle of a rake.
Ooh.
Oh, a rakish. He's
What?
rakish.
I don't know the other meaning of the word rake, but I don't.
It's like
Not
it's a
good.
male salute.
Oh.
A
It's
salute?
like when you get
Salute.
around
Oh.
in the Victorian era or Edwardian,
That's what
whatever
he was
Jane
doing.
Oh, wow.
Austen wrote.
But
All
yeah,
right.
and then played by Hugh Grant and Bridget Jones's.
Yeah. All right, so George Wickham at number 8 for Saba.
very good.
Allison, what are you putting up against George Wickham?
Well, I'm wondering if I should do my literary character against him.
No, you have to do it
Okay,
in
I'm
the
gonna
order
do-
that you
yeah,
have
okay,
it.
I'm glad we've reinforced these
Yeah.
rules. Okay, good. So I'm gonna go with Bevers from Broad City.
Bevers?
Oh, John
he's-
Gemberling, yeah.
Yeah, so his full name is Matt Bevers, and he is Abby's roommate. Well, and specifically, it's Abby's roommate's boyfriend who
Oh,
just
that's right.
lives there, but the girlfriend's always out of town. He is disgusting. He's like always eating something weird and is like has like a foot allergy to something that's always on her couch. Like he's just. He doesn't even live there.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even go here. And he's he's hilarious, but he's undateable.
Yeah.
Yes.
To me.
I'm just looking at pictures that popped up.
But then he got hot. He got hot. They
He
like
got
got him
hot?
in shape somehow.
Yeah.
Really?
They
Like one episode.
Huh.
Season 4, apparently.
wow.
yeah.
That's
They
all
made
it's
him
saying.
hot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Okay, so Matt Bevers from Broad City against George Wickham.
Who ruined someone's livelihood by pretending he was going to marry her and then just left her in disgrace.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was real bad back then.
Oh, real
No
bad.
one wants
Yeah.
to touch
that'd be
that.
awful.
It's bad
Yeah.
now.
It's not,
not nice.
Yeah. It's not even. But it, like this is bad roommate. That's Matt Bevers, right?
Yeah.
But like George Wickham is like horrible, life destroying
Rake.
rake.
Yes, he's all right.
Yeah.
I just want to remind you that he did have like a foot situation, like a fungus that he would like scratch at it on her couch.
Okay, so George Wickham wins.
Okay.
All right, good.
This one
Brian has a foot fungus. and
Yeah,
he
I'm
relates.
partial to
are
that.
not allowed on my couch.
Not his fault.
No, I'm coming over to everybody's houses with my shoes off. All right, so George Wickham won that round. That's Saba's point. What are people saying? Like, if here's a question to everybody at home.
question.
Is there a character right now that you can think of that you would never want to date? A fictional
a good
character that you would
question.
never ever want to date? I'm trying to think of somebody like that's just like a really terrible person in a show. I can't think of anybody right now.
What about a historical figure you would never want to date? Alexander
Adolf
Hamilton or
Hitler.
something. Adolf, that's a good one.
I don't know. Hot
can all
take,
agree
but
on
yeah,
that.
I wouldn't date that guy.
Hey, he did art. Okay.
Oh, he's an artist. Okay.
No, yeah, I think he's out for sure. Let's see. Oh God, I can't think of anybody. I'm trying to think of.
You would date everybody?
No. What about is she a octopus from
Little Mermaid?
Little Mermaid? I would-
Ursula.
Ursula. I wouldn't date
Oh,
her.
unfortunate
Yeah.
souls. That one.
Yeah, she would take my voice away, and I'd be like,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, true.
You need that.
yeah, I would like it. Okay, so we're at number 7. Go ahead and answer that, and then I'll have Sarah go through everybody's
Yeah.
answers and just pick out some. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so I don't want to do it right now, but maybe after this round. Is that
Yeah,
cool?
perfect.
Are people already commenting?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, well, hit it. Yeah.
Mike's commenting. He says Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
George Costanza, Logan from Gilmore Girls,
Yeah.
Ryan from The Office, Walter White.
You guys, we're gonna step on ours.
Yeah.
I know.
We're
Don't-
gonna-
Okay, okay.
If yours are on the list, don't.
it.
Yeah, Walter White would be bad. I mean, selling meth is
Yeah.
always
I
bad.
mean, it was all for his family, but
Yeah, it wasn't for his
But
family.
he
It was for
killed
him.
people.
Yeah, that was for
So.
him. He liked being a drug dealer. All right, number 7, Allison.
okay.
It's all up to you.
All right. I all of a sudden can't even take it. Okay, so who did you just say? Or am I
you.
starting
Good.
7?
Yeah, you're starting
okay,
7.
Okay. So this is my literary contribution.
Okay.
It's Mr. Rochester from Jane Eyre.
Oh, yeah.
Written by one of the Bronte sisters. Can't remember which. Probably Emily. It's cool that I didn't know that. Jane Eyre is an orphan. She goes to live with Mr. Rochester to take care of his child.
Right.
Turns out, spoiler, he was married and had his wife in the attic. Meanwhile, he's having a romance with Jane. Is like, let's get married. They're about to get married, and someone's like, oh, he's already married, and he's like, no, I'm not. Just kidding. I was gonna tell you. I totally was gonna tell you that my wife
He
is
wasn't.
crazy. She's crazy. That's why
Yeah.
she's in the attic. Oh man. So he's not a great guy, and I don't
No.
know what the Victorian ideal for romance is, but all the Victorian characters suck.
Yeah,
they're
you're
all
right.
POSs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the worst person we've had so far. Anybody that will
know,
just
same.
lock somebody in a.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd be like,
Jafar
you're
kind of did
crazy. She's like, what? Because you cheated on me? You fucking.
that. You're
And then
hysterical.
He also dressed in drag as a gypsy and told Jane's fortune and tried to get information out and make her jealous.
Oh, I haven't
There's
seen
something
that.
gosh.
wrong with him.
Wow. Yeah,
I
that's
would love to
terrible.
diagnose this guy if I had a degree.
Probably narcissism.
Yeah, probably a lot of stuff. Hey,
Hey.
you were. That's Andrew. He was on here, and now he's here.
my
No,
God.
what?
The real one is the one that's online. This is
What's
the
going
fake one. Yeah. Hi, Andrew. How's it going?
Hey.
Okay. I like that our audience is still small enough where we can address everybody.
You all can vote in
as
one
they
of the
come
rounds.
up. Yeah. Couple weeks from now, we'll have one more person here.
Yeah.
So. All right, Mr. Rochester. Saba, who are you going to put against Mr. Rochester?
Sabrina Spellman of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and here's why.
Uh-huh.
Now, I think she's cool, and I'd love to be her friend if she told me she was a witch, because how long did she date Harvey Kinkle? And he had no idea she was a witch. Like, that is that's multiple personalities.
Right.
That's as bad, if not worse, than having someone in the attic, if you ask me.
I would say it's maybe not a.
Was it on him though? Like,
kinda
did he
waiting.
just not notice? Like, what did he?
Would you feel the same way
I feel
about
like he's kind of a
Superman?
dum-dum.
Yeah.
About what?
About Superman. Would you be upset at Superman if you were dating him and he wasn't telling
Yep.
you the?
That's all
Okay.
superheroes.
Lies are lies.
That's
lies
true.
of omission.
All right, that's okay.
Direct lies. There's just secrets.
Yeah, but Superman has a duty. He's trying to help people. He doesn't want
Then
to.
Now,
He
what would be
shouldn't-
Sabrina's duty?
Then he shouldn't be in a relationship.
Oh.
Because that's not fair to the other person in that relationship.
Saba, you've been to therapy or something.
I know, right? Yeah. Wow.
Wow, you're
Yeah,
next
breaking
level.
it down.
Sabrina
So-
Spellman
Yeah.
or Mr. Rochester. Is that to me or is that to you?
I think it's to me.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I would just love to see like a Marvel movie where they go to therapy. Like all the superheroes go to therapy. Like couples counseling.
Yeah, I'd be down with that.
Now he does. Harvey finds out eventually and like understands whatever. But
Oh,
that's
he's like,
insane.
yeah, I knew. Okay, so Sabrina Spellman or Mr. Rochester, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
I mean-
go with the Mr. Rochester.
Yeah, I think that's a good
That's
choice.
a classic
Yeah.
bad guy.
Yeah, you
It
put
was-
someone in your
bad.
closet. That's terrible.
It was Charlotte Bronte.
Okay, you looked it
Oh.
up.
He did. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
he.
there.
Oh, yeah, it's
did.
up here, yeah.
Charlotte.
Yeah, I wanna watch.
I knew it. I totally knew that.
I haven't
Okay.
read it, but I'll
Well, this is good. You know what? I think we're like split 2-2 right now, so that's pretty good.
Y'all are doing great.
We're at number 6 now, so we go back to Saba. Before we do that, let's check in with people that are online.
Yeah.
What's going on with them?
Let's see. Everyone. Oh, Mike Larissa says the entire cast of It's Always Sunny.
Yeah. Listen, you can't quote Mike LaRosa anymore, just because it's kind of weird that he's
Yeah, it
here.
is kind of funny. I'm like,
He likes it that we're talking
Megan,
about it.
Oh, Megan Jocelyn says Dexter. Yeah, that would
Oh.
not be
Yeah.
fun
Yeah.
to date him.
No, that'd be sexy.
Yeah.
He's like the sexy,
was married
good
to
kind
his
of
sister on the
murderer.
show.
Like
Oh,
if you're gonna get with a murderer, he's the kind you want.
He's pretty hot.
Who is
never
Jack
watched-
Benny? Have you guys heard of Jack Benny?
Jack Benny, isn't that a murderer? Is
Lori
that
says Rochester reminds me of Jack Benny.
a Jack Benny? Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you Jack Benny?
It's pronounced
Benny Brown.
Jack Brown.
Jack
Yeah,
Benny.
you're the Mr. Rochester of the comedy spot. Everyone knows that.
Should I have someone
the
online
comedian Jack
vote,
Benny,
or
yeah.
should I have someone in person vote?
Let's have someone online vote this time.
Perfect.
But then because we have people here tonight, we'll give one to the
have
people
one
that are
to-
here. Yeah, we
okay.
gotta spread it around a little bit.
All right, so
but
let's.
we need to keep checking in with the people online because they're the ones that keep the show going. So
Yes.
no offense, no offense,
Get out.
no offense.
Yeah, sorry,
Please go
IRL
home and
people.
log on.
I see how it is. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Number 6, Saba. What do you got?
George Costanza.
George Costanza.
Yeah, that was on my list.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Of the Seinfeld.
Nice.
Yeah, just really undateable.
Yeah, I don't.
He tried
Just
a
in
lot. They
general.
all just like blew up in flames.
Yeah, you actually saw it happen on screen. We know he's not dating. None of them are dateable.
Yeah, they are the worst people
Yeah.
to date. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
He also like avoids his girlfriend in order not to get broken up with. Like he's just like, if I never
that.
see her again.
I mean, I'm not gonna
who
fault him
hasn't?
for that. Yeah. I think I'm okay with that. I think
There
I'm okay
was
with
the
that.
nose job one.
Mm-hmm.
he like
We're the one that died
yeah, the
Oh.
fiance from the envelopes.
Yeah.
from the envelope.
Yeah, he's not a very good guy at all. He's not a very good guy. Have you seen the bar that's in Sacramento that's called Costanza's?
Yeah,
And
it's
so
around the
is
corner.
it based on?
Have you been over there yet? Is it themed Castan? Like,
It's only like a playing Seinfeld. They really just kind of called it that, and it's just like a bar.
That is.
Over the doors.
So Jack just said it's not really themed like Friends or George Costanza. It's just like a small.
Seinfeld.
There's no
Not
theme at all.
Friends themed. Or
Oh, no, I'm
Seinfeld.
sorry.
It's Cosby Show themed.
What?
It's not a Cosby themed. It's not there's not a crossover.
I haven't gone inside, but I thought every single TV was going to be showing Seinfeld.
That's really shitty. That's
That's
really
dumb.
shitty.
Should we donate some TVs to
No,
them?
no.
No, because they took over Distillery
Yeah.
and we're still mad.
Yeah, we're still mad.
They have a couple of menu items.
They have menu items that are
Oh,
Seinfeld?
well, that doesn't
Okay.
do it.
Do they? Okay. All right. So George Costanza. Yeah, terrible guy. I'm totally down.
Oh, should I pick someone to vote? Sorry.
Yeah, pick
okay,
someone to vote.
Let's. Megan Jocelyn, you're voting this one.
Oh, perfect.
George Costanza versus.
Allison.
Rory Gilmore.
No, that's bullshit.
No,
No.
it's true.
Is that the young girl?
Okay.
You are
so-
lucky this isn't my round.
Okay. Here's the thing. She is fine in the early season. She's like a child, right? She's learning.
Right.
But when she comes back, did you see the recent season?
Yes.
Where she comes back and she's like, I don't know what I'm doing. She had a boyfriend she just forgot to dump. She just kept there like, did you break up with him? She's like, I forgot. I just meant to. Like, she forgot to break up with someone. And like she dated Dean while he was married.
Yeah.
Like,
That's not a
she
very
is
good.
confused. You shouldn't date her until she has gone to therapy for at least whoever Sav is going
years.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen. Rory
She's not currently taking new people, okay?
Yeah, they never are.
Rory has witty banter. She is funny. She's
I didn't know this was a thing that we were able to do.
Listen, I don't usually fight against your picks. But I am a big, huge fan of Gilmore Girls, and so I'm just kind of sad.
I am too. I was
No,
disappointed.
obviously you're not. You don't get to say
No.
you're a fan. You don't get to say you're a fan. No, you're off the list.
Oh my God.
It's fine. I'll see myself out.
I think the thing that I'm most upset about is that I think you're right.
Yeah.
She's kind of a shitty person to date. But I would be your friend. I'd like to just hang out at their house all the time.
I would be your friend. I just don't want to date her.
Yeah, but go ahead.
I would date Lane.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Lane's
yeah,
so
Lane's fun. Yeah.
I mean, I would date what's the mom, Lorelai.
Lorelai? Yeah,
Yeah, she's got her
Yeah.
shit
yeah,
together.
she's all right
I love
too.
her as an actress. Too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I date their mom. What's the grandma?
Oh yeah, Emily. She is.
She got so buff in the reboot. Did anyone?
The
else?
I didn't
grandma?
notice that.
Yeah.
whoa.
She's been doing Pilates and lifting and
Yeah.
everything.
I
That's
think
cool.
she's been doing Pilates.
All right, George Costanza versus Rory Gilmore. Well, I already know the answer to this.
Okay,
We're lucky
so
we're not.
I think this is a vote, but this is what Megan said. She
Yeah.
said, I love Gilmore Girls, but Rory got hoey.
She did. She did. You know it, Brian.
Okay, so
I think
She
it's
a hoe.
Rory. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Rory
Rory
got.
got hoey, dude. She got hoey. And she put so many exclamation points too. Oh my
Rory
God.
got hoey.
Love that.
The Dean thing was not great.
Yeah, that was
Hoary Rory.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
I'm sorry. That's so
Lorelai.
true.
Oh, God. Gil whores.
Whoa.
Rory short for Lorelai.
Gil little whore horse.
Yeah, who names their child after themselves? I
Whoa,
mean,
whoa.
I guess you
Gilmore.
know what, you see it in men all the time. You just don't see it in women. It's
Yeah.
time to start naming daughters after yourselves, women.
Yeah, Sarah
Okay?
Jr.
Sarah
on
Jr.
the way.
That's right.
I'm gonna have a kid just so I can have a Brianna.
Oh, that's nice.
No, I don't want any more kids. I'm good.
All right.
I'm all kid.
Oh,
kid
God.
up. Kid up.
Kid out.
Just change the name of one of your current.
Oh yeah, that's easy. Yeah.
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 Ian, you're Brianna now.
All right, so let's see. Allison picked up a point for Rory Gilmore.
I
Rory.
can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
That's a good pick, though. I mean,
My
it is
sister is
true.
gonna kill me.
No, she
also
did become kind of a bad person.
I'm hoping for her though. You know.
She'll be all right the next season. Are they going to come out with the next season? I want there to be a next season. You,
This is our.
She's
this is
busy on
Yeah.
Fabulous
Amy
Miss
Sherman
Maisel?
Palladino. Is that her name?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she does the Fabulous Miss Maisel. But if you watch that
Marvelous.
show,
It's fine.
Marvelous.
Marvelous.
Did I say, what did I say?
Fabulous Miss
She is
Maisel.
Yeah,
fabulous.
that doesn't go together.
and
There's the
Handmaid's
M's.
Tale too, right?
I don't
Does
think
she do
does
Handmaid's?
that.
Wait, which one are we talking
Oh,
about?
The
Rory.
creator.
Rory, yeah, she's on it.
The
Oh,
creator.
Oh, the
Okay.
creator,
Okay,
yeah,
wait.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. No, you're good.
It's okay.
It's fine.
We accept your apology.
Don't get it wrong again, though.
This is your final chance.
All right, number 5. Allison, you get to go first in this round.
My pick is Bruce Wayne of Batman.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne.
For similar reasons of you having
'Cause he's lying.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's lying, but also being rich isn't a personality.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
snap!
A specific.
Oh, shit.
No, it's just all Bruce
All-
Wayne.
Because I will say that his what's her name, Maggie Gyllenhaal, when she plays what's her face
Yeah.
in the movie, she knows he's Batman.
Yeah, it's not even okay. I think that's an element of it,
Yeah.
but really, it's just like he's just rich. That's all there is to him, and he has like a deep voice. But I don't think that's enough.
Where's Maggie? Where's
I
Maggie?
don't think being
What's
rich
her name in it?
like is a
Where's
is enough
Brianna?
for him.
Give
Like
me
if you're gonna be a
Brianna.
superhero,
Wait, we have to look up her damn name.
No, I'm gonna remember.
I
it.
know.
I'm
her
gonna
name
remember
is
it.
what's her face.
Bruce,
It's a common name.
Rachel.
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 Is it Rachel?
Rachel
Yeah.
Doss.
Rachel.
Doss? Rachel Doss?
Give me, where's Rachel?
His like lips are fluttering. It's funny. We all know the scene
All you
where he's like, and they're like trying to, and he's just screaming.
Hey, wait, Mike, are you okay? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
that's
Yeah,
right.
you're right. You're right.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Hypothetically,
Yeah.
if we do have overlap, can we change it to another person?
No. No, you'll
It's
see what
just
happens.
overlap.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll see what
Wilson,
happens.
you memorized your list. That's very cool.
Well, I already
know.
heard. I did.
She believes in it so much.
I did write it.
All right. So Bruce Wayne. It doesn't matter that he fights crime. It's just that he has a weird voice and he.
No, I like the weird voice.
Oh, you do like
Problem
that.
is
That's
he's
a draw.
rich.
That's a draw. But it doesn't make up for the fact that all he's got going for him is that
Because
he's
he's rich. Okay, got it. Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, Bruce Wayne. No, bad. Okay. Saba, who are you going to put against Bruce
Not
Wayne?
interested.
Okay, also from Broad City, but only one episode.
Yeah.
Mike Birbiglia.
I thought you were gonna say Blake Griffin, and I was being like, no, dude.
No.
No, Mike Birbiglia. I don't know his character's name, but he plays Abby's high school teacher. That she's like 30 now, and she runs into him in New York City where they live, and kind of fulfills that fantasy that some people have.
Oh, do I have
Some
sex with your
people,
teacher?
Saba.
But he's so weird because they go on a date. I think they're having a good time from what I remember. And then they're like in bed and he's on top of her and he pulls the skin back on her face so that she looks like the 16-year-old version
Oh
of
no.
herself.
No.
Oh, that is terrible.
It was
Pretty
very
funny.
funny.
Good writing. Yeah,
that is.
very
If you
I
want
like
to,
Mike
It freaks
Birbiglia.
her out, understandably. And so I would not date.
that's really
As
bad.
much as the high school teacher.
Yeah.
the fantasy thing.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I
Yeah.
just bummed everyone out.
No, that's a good pick. That's
Do we
a
all have
terrible
that? We all
person.
have a high school teacher we're thinking about right now?
About like you want to mess around with?
Or I did,
Oh.
I
We went to
guess.
the same high school.
That's right.
What? Oh my gosh!
Let's see
Say
if
it
we
on
say the
three.
same person.
You know there's one. You know it. There's only
I'm
one.
not gonna say.
You know there's only one.
No, say it.
I actually. I'm trying to think.
There were a couple.
There are a few. Wow, lucky. Well, we only had one.
What subject did yours teach?
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's fair.
This is great.
Yeah. That way it stays between you two.
Yeah.
Well, you could tell me after.
No, tell me right now.
Just say it.
History.
Oh, okay. I think I know who you're talking about.
History.
English.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh my god!
I did
love
end up
this.
studying
So
English
funny.
later in college.
I had a psychology teacher in high school, and I had a man crush on him, like
Yeah.
a serious, because he was like good looking and like he was young at the time. He was probably like 25 or something like that. Like Allie that works here at the comedy spot.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah,
They probably. Oh yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I'm sure,
Her
like-
students are like.
yeah. Every student that goes there is like, oh yeah, what about
She's
Miss
the fave.
Berta?
Yeah, uh-huh,
yeah,
totally.
Yeah, it's happening. Okay, Mike Birbiglia's character in Broad City or Bruce Who's this to? Is this to
I think
me?
it's you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go with Mike Birbiglia's character just to get back at Allison for putting Roy
Wow.
Gilmore.
I demand. This is unprofessional,
Yeah.
Brian.
And Bruce Wayne saves people. He might be a terrible person, but I would have sex with him because he
Yeah,
saves
maybe
people.
that balances out.
I would have sex. You would do this
we
service.
got a little golf clap over here from our
Yeah,
committee.
thank you. Thank
Did
you.
he ever
Thank you.
have sex with anyone? I know.
Oh yeah.
Bruce Wayne?
Bruce Wayne gets
Yeah.
down.
How can he? I don't know. He's just.
They never show it.
He had a kid?
Oh, he must have then.
Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that
I
exists.
Oh,
wasn't
my
familiar.
hair's stuck to the.
Nope, nobody says that.
We don't know.
Is this
Yeah, we
kid
don't-
Robin?
Is this canon?
Okay, you got to be quiet, Mike.
I'm
You
only
can't say
talking
anything.
about the, you know,
TMI.
what's that Christian Bale version?
Yeah, I think of Christian Bale. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
thinking of
Yeah.
like Michael Keaton or
Yeah.
I don't know whoever else.
Okay.
George
So Mike
Clooney.
Birbiglia. Okay, so number 4, we're back over to Sava.
Val Kilmer.
Okay.
Val Kilmer.
Daenerys Stormborn. I don't know.
Stormborn,
Stormborn.
Mother
I
of
put too many
dragons.
R's. The Mother of Dragons, Khaleesi. Khaleesi, from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That's
She just didn't know how to compromise, and you need that
Yeah.
in
True.
a romantic partner.
Can you meet me halfway?
Really, in any partner. Yeah, she couldn't.
No.
I
Oh no.
she doesn't catch on fire. I mean, that's important in a relationship. She has dragons. That's pretty
Oh
fucking
my
cool.
gosh.
But
One
does
of
she
the-
know how to use them? Right?
I mean, she
Yeah,
did pretty
because
good.
one of
in-
them, like gets away, and then like she
She's
kind of
a bad
neglects
dragon
them.
mom.
I think that you shouldn't judge her on the last phase of her life. Okay.
True, this is a recent.
The one in which
Daenerys.
she murdered a city.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Don't-
that was
don't judge her on
gnarly.
that.
Nar guitar.
Yeah.
That was the best part. I don't know. This is so funny to me when she brings Jon Snow like back to her dragon, and the dragon's like being all protective of
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
It's so funny to me.
Yeah, the dragon's
he, like,
jealous.
Doesn't like him. Oh, I love it.
Well, all right.
You
mean-
only
Wait,
I
you
mean,
only heard one. Wait, who do we?
no,
else do
but
we have?
Brian only likes her because of things she has, like her dragons.
Oh yeah, like the.
That's
who
like
she
yeah, not who
is.
she is,
Not
which
her
is
heart.
bad.
I loved her. I loved her heart. All the way up until the last season.
Up until it was stabbed,
and then when she
cleaved in half.
yeah, and then when she when she murdered a city, yeah, my feelings changed. But up until that time, I had a deep love for her.
We all did.
She had a troubled past, and she
Yeah.
coped
She's
in
trying
ways
to-
that not a lot of us can really understand or relate to.
Right.
I can't.
No.
She was
No.
supposed to marry her brother. Oh, wait, no.
No.
She was abused by her
Yeah,
brother.
he was weird with her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
her first husband abused her. Her brother abused her. I mean, she had
Yeah.
she was exiled from her country. Like, there's a lot of baggage, and she did a pretty good job up until
Until
Until she
last
murdered the whole
Until
city.
again, until
Yeah, and all the orphans and stuff. Yeah.
I'd still date her.
But okay, even murdering the city aside,
Yeah.
she wouldn't let she wouldn't let the North
Be the North.
its own
Yeah.
thing.
bend the knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just weird sex talk.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
not.
That's kinda,
Yeah, that's just. Okay, all right. Daenerys. I'm down with that. Daenerys? Is that how you tell it?
Daenerys.
Daenerys.
Danny.
Stormborn.
Allison, what are you going to put against
So,
Daenerys? Daenerys.
so I said all Targaryens.
Oh.
Yeah, just all of them. So you got your her brother, can't think of his name at the moment, who was a
Yeah.
lech and a creep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Names? No.
No one
Rhaegar. No, he was
No,
the good
that was
one.
a-
starts with an
Older.
L.
Louise.
Her brother who died, who
Danny's
was killed
brother.
in the first season or
I forget his name.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Nasty.
Him. You got Jon Snow was a Targaryen, and
Right.
he name a
Oh.
Targaryen who didn't eventually kill someone.
Well, Jon Snow, I would totally date.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's hot.
Sweetie, a big old
He's
sweet.
you
attentive.
guys.
I would be egret. I would be his egret.
I would
but
be his
once
little spoon.
once she died, he kind of just like didn't know what to do
Yeah,
with
then he was
himself.
kind of.
He's like, I'm king of the north. I don't want to be king.
Viserys.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Thank
that.
you.
It's Viserys.
Oh, okay.
Viserys.
Yeah, I was like, I
Yes.
can't remember anyone saying Viserys.
Viserys. Come here,
Sounds
Viserys.
familiar. And then you have her dad who
was my
try
next
to
song.
kill everyone. So it's just a long line of
Right.
killy people,
Right.
is what I'm saying.
Okay, fair enough. So
That's the show, baby.
Daenerys,
Showbiz.
Targaryen, or all Targaryens. Those are your choices. Is this to me yet, or did I just go?
Oh, I think
just
it's
went.
me now.
This is you.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
And then the next one we'll have one of them, and then the next one we'll have the home audience.
One of these guys.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
It'll be
no.
you, them, and then people
Me,
watching online.
them, and then these
Yeah.
guys. Okay. I'm gonna go with. Well, because I just don't agree with the Jon Snow part of the all Targaryens.
He's
so-
only half Targaryen,
Oh
though.
well.
Half date him. What does
And we
that
did
mean?
find out he was a Targaryen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Daenerys. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Kinda
fair enough.
wild. She's just not my type. So.
The killing the city thing definitely put her in the wrong column. I think.
She's
So.
not my type.
No, that's
I like brunettes.
like side note. Like Emily, Amelia,
Amelia
yeah,
Clark, yeah.
she's great.
Yeah,
like
she's
so
she is the most
cute.
down to earth person I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I've seen all these interviews with her and everything,
She's
and
cool.
she's just really playful and fun.
Yeah.
And nobody recognized her for like the first couple seasons
Yeah.
because she has blonde hair on the show but brown hair in real
Brown,
life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Let's check in with everybody at home, see what they're talking about.
Not sure what this is referring to. I'm so mad there will not be a season 2, but I don't think that Beck means
Maybe
Of Game of
Game of
Thrones.
Thrones, but she hasn't caught up.
Maybe Gilmore Girls.
Whoever said that, they just stopped
maybe
their
Gilmore
HBO Go like after
Yeah,
the
like,
second
there's
season
no-
or the
like
first season.
her husband's just like, no, they stopped at season 2, I guess.
So we didn't have to pay
It's
for it.
canceled.
Hey guys, people, the door just opened and no one
Yeah.
came in. What is
What
going
else are the
on?
kids saying? Are they having some like really deep discussion? Because sometimes everybody online just goes off in like a tangent.
Oh, Megan says, I just love Megan's comments. She says, why does this sound like a breakdown of the men Megan has dated?
You've been dating Targaryens?
Oh, lucky girl.
We've all dated a Targaryen. You know, that's
We've all been there.
yeah, we've all been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny stung along Ja Morant. Daenerys. I don't know if that's how you spell the name. Mormont. Jorah Mormont.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jorah.
yeah.
So
She did
Jorah.
string him along.
Yeah.
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 Poor guy. Then
He
got
didn't.
that
He didn't
scully.
mind though. Honestly, like he
No,
is just
he was
like.
there to serve.
He just liked
yeah.
being
Yeah.
around her. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so sad.
Next
for him,
episode,
though.
we'll just talk about Game of Thrones the whole time.
Yeah.
All right. So we're at 3. So Allison, you get to go first. Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. Who did I? Oh, that was for me, George Costanza.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
Oh.
So we've already talked about him.
We have.
That's
and
good.
I've named off the reasons why I think he is undateable.
Yeah.
Also, Larry David is kind of based on him, and I
Oh,
had a
that's
hard
right.
time choosing between which character.
Uh huh.
Because he is kind of a character on Curb Your Enthusiasm, but also he's just playing himself, and he kind of sucks.
He does.
funny,
Yeah.
but he
wouldn't be fun
sucks.
to be
Yeah,
with.
you don't want to date him. You
No.
want to watch him on TV.
Yep, from
and
far away.
Not have to.
So Saba, what's your number 3 then?
Oh, it's the guy from The Room, Johnny. Tommy Wiseau. Johnny Wiseau. Tommy was. Wiseau.
What does he
Johnny.
say?
His character is Johnny.
What does he say?
You're
What's the girl's
tearing me
name?
apart. Where's
Lisa.
Lisa.
Tearing me apart.
Oh man.
So
Yeah.
I have not seen this yet. Is that terrible?
I've seen some of it.
I
It's
know.
it is a treat.
Is it? It's
It would
pretty
be
bad.
fun to do commentary on it if you
Yeah.
watch it with
Okay.
comedy people.
All right. So Johnny from The Room.
Yeah.
Versus George
Character / real
Costanza.
person. I don't
Yeah.
wanna do
Yeah.
Oh,
At
one of
first
these
I-
guys. Mike LaRosa gets to vote on this one.
Okay, so the issue that
Oh, here we go.
I should have chose mine.
Just make it quick because I have to repeat everything that you say back to the microphone.
Yeah. Wait, should I?
Just do it.
Yeah, just bring him over here.
here.
Mike finally got on the mic.
Oh, hi.
Mike LaRosa,
Okay,
everybody.
so the issue I have with Tommy Wiseau in The Room is like that movie is so poorly written
Yeah.
that he's presented as the perfect man.
Yeah.
So like
Come in closer.
Yeah, get it.
so it's not that like the character is bad. The character is actually an infallibly perfect person.
Right.
It's just a horrible movie.
Yeah.
So George Costanza bar none.
Hands down. Okay, for you. That's your
Georgie
pick.
boy.
All right. We'll take that under advisement.
Thank you, Mike.
I just read here that the room was made for $6 million.
That's
So-
too much
Of, like,
money.
his own money.
And do you know how much money
too
they
much.
made at the box office?
No one knows where it came from. It was money laundering.
Tommy Wiseau sold like high-end garments
Oh, he said,
in Eastern Europe.
yeah. Oh, so he sold stuff like he had a side business, and that's how he was able to pay for it. The movie itself made at the box office $1,800, $1,800.
But
That was his
since then,
return on
it's
More than I
investment
make in a
on
week.
$6 million.
made.
I need to take you to a screening. Man.
Yeah, I'll go.
Oh, is
venture.
it interactive? Like you throw stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like
It's
a
like a cult
it's like our
classic.
modern day like
Rocky Horror
Horror
Picture
Picture
Yeah.
Show. Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder how much he's made since then.
Oh, tons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ironically, though.
Yeah. asshole.
Ironic money.
Johnny
Money.
Johnny from The Room or George Costanza. This is for who? Who did we say this
Oh,
was
we
for?
said George Costanza.
That's
Oh,
Mike did.
oh, Mike.
Remember when he came over
That's
here?
right.
And
So Mike voted. Okay. So George Costanza, hands down. So
Yeah.
George
oh, he's on there twice.
No, so he didn't win, so we're okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so we don't have to do the thingy thing.
Yeah,
so,
that
yeah,
What
we're
is
good.
the-
You
So
don't
if-
want to know. Okay. Okay.
So if he would, if he already won, we would just give you the point for the thing that he already won, and then both of you would have to
fight to
pitch-
the death.
Yes, I put a stick on the table, and then you have to fight over it, and kill each other.
Okay.
No, you would both have to like pitch one that didn't get on the list yet, and then we would have to choose from that.
Oh wow, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
Okay.
Okay,
No worries.
so the next round goes to
person.
online audience.
Person on the line. Let's go with who's been talking the most?
Did we already
Becky.
Oh, Becky. Yeah, I did
Becky
Becky.
Tomlinson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it. Some people are like tuning in, but you're never sure if they're gonna really be there. But
Right.
Becky's been here, and we
Okay,
thank you, Becky Tomlinson.
Thanks,
Yeah, she's always
Becky.
around.
You're voting.
Yeah.
Who's Shellick 187? Shelk 187. They're on
Periscope.
Periscope right now
Oh.
watching. Yeah. So hi
Oh,
there.
hello. Who are
Hey.
you? Let us know.
Yeah, write a comment. If you see that, will you let me know? Because I won't
Yeah,
walk it.
I will. Hopefully.
Number 2,
Am I on it?
Saba,
Okay,
you are up.
Here's another outdated reference that
Yes.
no one's gonna know.
No, do it.
The 1996 film Fear, starring Mark Wahlberg and Reese Witherspoon.
Right?
Mark Wahlberg's character.
Do you know the name of that character?
No. But I was very young when I saw this movie. Very inappropriate. Probably rated R. It should be if it's not. I shouldn't have been watching it. Young Mark Wahlberg, young Reese Witherspoon. Very, very fun.
Right.
Except he becomes a really abusive boyfriend, obsessive, and it's just really creepy. It's like when he goes to kiss her, he like stares at her, like makes eye contact with her dad, and then also like tries to murder everyone.
Ew.
But I didn't know. I did not know what I was watching when I was watching this movie. I was like, is that bad? I've never had a boyfriend.
Yeah, that would not be a good
I
thing
was
to
like
watch.
not 10 years old yet.
Oh my god.
We had cable.
His character name is David McCall.
Sounds right.
David McCall from Fear. Yeah, just look that up. Yeah, he sounds terrible. How old were you in 1996?
7.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I saw it that year, but
You
soon
should
after.
not have watched that.
No.
No.
It imprinted a lot in your brain.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I'm fine.
When I was little, there was an HBO movie that came out that featured, I don't even know what it was called, but it was like people that, it was naked women that had tattoos. And we
The
were
movie.
The musical.
Sounds like one of those short movies.
And so we were at some family event, like at somebody's house, right? And everyone's like, eating burgers or whatever. And I had gone into the living room and turned on the TV and was watching this show. And the final scene in this movie on HBO is this woman who disrobes and is completely naked. And then like the camera like pans around and shows everything. And I think I was 5 or
Yeah.
6 or something like that. And I was just like, this is amazing. I remember like watching it and being like, wow. And then I got in so much trouble. And then my dad found out, or my mom found out that I had seen it when I was at this family thing with my dad, or my dad found out that, one of the,
Oh, yeah.
and it became a big thing about how I was being exposed to naked women and stuff like that.
You
You're
got in
like,
trouble?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or the other parent did.
Well,
or
I got in
something.
trouble because I watched it. I
Yeah.
remember my dad gave me a spanking for that.
Oh, gee.
Is that some shit or
That
what?
is wild,
If
yeah.
you want your kid to like be super into
Be
weird
into
shit for
spanking?
sex, yeah, like, spank him over some boobs.
Yeah. Over,
Yeah.
that kind of
Wow,
punishment.
that
And then
is-
your kid will just love butt stuff for the rest of his life. I'll let you simmer on that
okay.
for a second. Yeah. I'm kidding.
Okay.
It's okay.
Jesus Christ.
Butt stuff is stuff.
No.
Yeah, it's stuff.
No.
Can
Nope.
we do a top 10 list of movies we saw when we were too young?
Yes.
That's actually a really good
That'd be a
idea.
good one.
Yeah.
I saw Gremlins too young.
I saw
Oh.
Gia. I'm still too young for the movie Gia.
There's never an age that you should ever see Gia.
Is that movie?
Angelina Jolie
Yeah.
as a model turned drug addict. Sad.
Yeah.
I'll watch it tonight.
But I would date her, so she's not on the list.
Yeah.
Fear got a Rotten Tomato score of 44%.
Wow.
Well, I've seen it
Fun
many
fact.
times.
All right. David McCall. What are you going to put up at number 2, Allison?
We got Joe Goldberg from
Oh.
You, the show.
Yeah.
I think it is good to have someone who will fight for you, but not to kill for you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I have not seen
He
this show.
took it
at
too
all.
far.
I think he and David McCall would get along, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they could date each other.
I find this round to be really funny because it's an obscure character from 1996 that we don't know about, and if you haven't seen You, then you know nothing about
You
Joe
don't know.
Goldberg. So it's like
Yeah.
another kind of
Yeah, I haven't seen you yet.
Obscure character.
he finds he finds someone that he has a crush on and finds ways to get to her and like removes barriers and increasingly creepy ways. Like he stares across the street looking into her house. He finds like all about her life and he stalks her and then eventually kills her boyfriend.
Kills, yeah.
kills her boyfriend.
People close to her. And
Spoiler.
yeah, and then
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
He's a problem.
All right, so
He's cute though.
Maybe he just
Yeah,
hasn't
he's
met
cute.
the right girl.
Becky
That's right.
has to choose between
Becky,
David
this is your
McCall
vote.
or Joe Goldberg from You. David
Yeah.
McCall from Fear.
have you watched the second season yet?
I haven't.
It's not good.
No.
I kind of liked the first season. It made me so horny. it was like, yeah, it was crazy. And then the second season, I'm like, no, I'm not horny for this.
Dude, you're killing me tonight. It's so funny.
That just got me to want to watch it.
yeah, you know.
Do you know what I love most of all about being over here at the Comedy Spot? Suddenly Sarah has said shit that I'd never thought that she would say on the show. Yeah, she's like, I'm happy now. We're not in that little room.
Oh no, the
so-
little room was fine, but yeah, I guess I can only
Going
speak
for it.
about my, you know.
All right, so Dave McCall, Joe Goldberg, what is...
Becky's not saying anything yet. Crickets. We got crickets. We got your little
So
cricket
many
bug.
dogs.
Nothing yet. But I might have a little lag, so if you see anything on your screen.
Oh, yeah. I can go back.
Oh, someone's Lori says finish season 2, surprise ending. Okay.
Oh.
I think about season 2, I think it's the acting. I don't like it. It's not
Really?
good. Not good to me.
It's really tough sometimes. You get into a show and you expect a certain thing, and then it changes with the season. And then you're
yeah.
like, oh.
Yeah.
So that actor in You, the main guy, he's from Gossip Girl,
Yeah,
right? Didn't
uh-huh.
he end up being Gossip Girl?
Oh, I didn't watch
stopped
Gossip Girl.
watching.
I also
Oh,
stopped. Does
right.
anybody online know if he is Gossip Girl? Can anyone tell us if the guy from You is
Is
Gossip, Girl?
Maybe you might.
All
be
right, if
though.
Becky
I'm
doesn't
thinking
chime
more
in,
yes,
we're gonna have to-
Becky's said
Oh, okay. She's
She
voted.
said-
yeah.
Dave.
Dave McCall. Yeah, that's a good choice, I think.
Dave.
I think
What a
that'll
name.
work.
Dave.
Dave. All right, so we've come down to number 1. In this round, Sarah and I have to choose together, or it gets
So
tosses.
nervous.
It gets tossed to the audience, so the Facebook audience. So,
My big downer one.
Allison,
Oh.
what is your number 1?
Okay. My number 1 is Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
For just so many reasons, but
Yeah.
one of them is his like the whole like where they're him and Padme's romantic spark starts is when he says, "I hate sand."
Yeah.
And then the romance starts when he's like, to her, like, but like this sand is really soft. And then that's like the basis of their relationship is like where it starts. And then he's just like a whiny teenager. He's younger than her
Yeah.
by a lot.
By a lot.
And he's just super immature. And then, you know, he turns into Darth Vader.
So I just
What?
And he, I'm,
spoiler alert.
oh God,
Oops.
I'm so sorry.
So ironically enough, I just had a conversation about this relationship.
Oh.
Tomas and I, after Harold,
Of course.
had a long discussion. He either has a theory or he heard about somebody who has a theory that Anakin was actually using the Force to influence Padme. And that's how they ended up getting together.
Whoa.
And he says you only have to watch the movie to get proof for that, because early in the film, Obi-Wan says something about make sure you control your thoughts because they tend to influence your future. And so he thinks that was the setup since he was so obsessed with Padme all the time, that eventually his Force powers wore her down and made her fall in love with him. That she was never actually connected. And that's why at the very end, when she dies, because that connection has been severed and she realizes that she's been manipulated.
Whoa.
But he overtly manipulates her though too.
Yeah.
He says like when they kiss he tries to like steal a kiss from her, and then she pulls away, and then later he's like, "You made me kiss you." You know, like
yeah, what
like
a-
every guy says like, "This is your fault."
Yeah, Anakin's like, I got blue balls now.
Yeah, exactly. It's the age-old argument.
Blue balls.
Bad boyfriend.
I think he had a blue lightsaber too.
Oh my
like a
God, that is
mood
a
ring.
theory you need to put to the internet.
Yeah. He was just telling everybody he had blue balls all the time. Yeah, he's a terrible person.
He killed her.
And the kid that played him as a
Hayden
small boy,
Christensen?
well, he was
Oh, the little
terrible.
one.
But the little kid, he's a terrible actor. I hope he never got a job after that.
Oh no,
He,
he
probably
didn't.
didn't need one.
Ryan, he
It
didn't.
was terrible.
He retired.
Terrible.
He's dead.
Did he retire? Yeah, he should retire. Terrible. Okay.
He's watching.
Good. He's probably watching from a prison or his McDonald's job. Not that I have strong feelings
lot of
about this.
feelings.
Saba?
Yeah. Well,
You're number
I'll just
one.
say mine isn't from Star Wars, but I would not date anyone from Star Wars
Okay,
because
yeah.
all they would want to do is talk about Star Wars. When is it gonna stop?
I would date
Okay.
Ray for sure. I think she's a wonderful
Oh,
person.
she's so cute.
Yeah.
I
I would
would
too.
date.
Finn. Oh, switch.
Finn is cute.
Oh, no, it's too late. Last round. Nobody used your switch tonight. So.
I was reminding us.
Thank
the Facebook.
you.
I would date Ewan
switcheroonie.
McGregor,
Oh, yeah, he's good. Yeah.
the person.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
I did an interview with him, and this is where I name drop that I've done cool things and haven't done them in a while.
It's the part of the show where Brian talks about famous
Yeah,
people.
well, this is when you drink. If you're watching from home, every time Brian drops a celebrity's name,
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you drink. But I interviewed him for a movie that turned out not to get a lot of play or anything. It was like American something. And what's that?
American Pentecostal. Yeah, he directed it.
Yeah, he directed it. It was his film. Yeah.
Oh.
So
American Pentecostal.
yeah, you should look. I mean, it's not a bad movie, but it's just not a great movie. And so I interviewed him for that, and everything was, and it was just really funny because all I wanted to do was talk about Star Wars. And then so I finished the interview. I was like, "Thank you very much." And then I got to the door, and I was like, "By the way, I loved you in Star Wars." And he's like, "Thanks." And then I just walked out. He probably gets that all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like, he
I
probably
didn't
gets
think he
all the
was
time.
that good in Star Wars.
Okay, go fuck yourself, Allison. That is
Like,
the most
I think-
ridiculous thing I've
I
ever
think
heard
Ewan
in my entire
McGregor
life.
is a legitimately good actor, but somehow in the Attack of the Clones, no one is good at acting in that movie. Even Ewan McGregor. Sorry.
I'm gonna put a.
You know, if he had the high ground right now, you would be eliminated.
I actually
I'm so
understood that.
sorry.
I'm kidding.
But I believe that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess Allison and I are
It's
good
done, I
at
guess,
falling in
yeah.
love in You the Musical, but wouldn't make a good couple in real life. I think I saw Ben after the show because okay. By the way, if you weren't at You the Musical this past Friday, and Saba, we'll get to your pick in just a second. If you weren't at You the Musical this past Friday, we ended up falling in love. Our characters ended up falling in love in You the Musical. And I walked by Ben, and I want to say that he said, "You fell in love with Allison again," but I wasn't sure what he said.
We'll never know. He probably forgot what he said.
If you do talk to him about it, like ask him what he said when I walked by, and I was kind of like really busy, so I couldn't go back and double check what he said.
Was he pointing like a dagger at you?
No. I
fell in
think he
love
was
with
like
Allison
acting
again.
like he was upset. You know, like, oh, I fell in love with Allison again. But I think he
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of it happens.
Everybody falls in love with
Right,
you on a
it's
comedy
just a
spot.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
fine.
Okay, Saba, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, here's where I take all the joy away.
Oh, good.
So I said the guy from The Room.
Yeah.
And my number one is the guy from Room.
Okay, that's what I thought you said the first time.
Yeah, I get those mixed up. Oh man, what's his name? Big Pete or no, Small Nick? Right?
I hope it's Small Nick.
Something like
Name.
that.
They made a name for him,
Yeah.
yeah. But, he abducted a 17-year-old, raped her all the time, had a baby. Good night. That's how I end the show.
Yeah, very bad. That sucks.
I gotta.
Kept her in the shed thing.
Was that with James Franco?
No.
This is The
Oh, that's
Room.
The
Brie
Room.
Larson.
I knew that.
It's
I
just
knew
called
that.
Room.
Jacob.
It's just
Something.
called Room.
It's
So
just
if you
called
take
Room.
out the, you
Yeah.
might have better.
Tremblay. Jacob Tremblay. Brie Larson. Big Nick.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay.
Old Nick.
I was just trying to find his the name of the character, but I guess I can go here. Yeah. 2015.
Probably.
There's got to be a character list. Oh, who cares? Okay, so the guy from Room.
Let's just call him Little Nick.
Little Nick.
I think we should have gone with that right off the bat.
cute.
All right, Little Nick. I'm going to spell it.
Based on a true
LIL?
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured it
Yikes.
was. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course it is.
dude.
But I think it's still a fictional character I wouldn't date.
Oh, that's funny. This takes place in Akron, Ohio. This movie takes place in
Oh.
Akron, Ohio, which is where I was born.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
maybe
gosh.
maybe I'm
Can you relate?
No.
Little Nick.
Little Nick.
Little
Little
Nick.
Nicky.
Okay, so
All right.
guy from Room,
Guy from Room.
Little Nick is what we're calling him,
Yeah, Little Nick.
against Anakin Skywalker.
Oh boy.
So this is us.
These are two bad dads, too.
Bad dads. Bad dads.
Bad dads.
I was still trying to find his name. Brie Larson.
The cast was slightly
Maybe.
in the middle.
Casting
Go up a little bit.
up.
Okay, there we go.
Brie Larson as Joy.
Old
Check.
Nick. It's Old Nick.
Old Nick.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
called him that all the time. Even the little boy's like, "Where's old Nick?"
Yeah.
It's just like, "Whoa, it's your daddy."
I didn't know Brie Larson was in that. That's cool. That's
It
a time
was
machine.
good. It was good. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
I was like, the whole time.
Saw it on a first date.
Just like that.
What are you serious?
Yeah.
Whoa, he's trying to tell you something.
Oh my god.
That's
It
funny.
was not anal.
That's okay.
It
Then.
was.
Oh, Jody Marie says Akron, Ohio here too.
Oh,
she's-
nice.
We got an Akron night on the line.
Yeah, Jody. Next time I go out to, I gotta visit my cousin here pretty soon. So
cool.
next time I go out to Akron, maybe I'll just tell everybody, and we can
Yeah.
do
Do a
Ohio
meetup.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? So Maria Gloria is having a meetup here at the Comedy Spot on
yeah.
February 8th. And when she did a meetup with Brandon, he had like a 600-person line waiting for him for this meetup.
Where did they do that?
Someplace. I don't
Okay.
know. Not in
Dang.
SAC.
Oh my
And
gosh.
there was tons of people.
Yeah, yeah.
And so she's doing a meetup here. If I had a meetup here, I'd get my mom. My dogs would show up.
Your dogs?
Yeah, Mignon would just
Oh,
drop
my
off the dogs.
Have a dog party. Yeah.
yeah.
No, people want to. The people are saying like they wish they could be closer. You know, they're
Yeah,
always saying that.
yeah, no, we'd love to have them too. We should take the show on the road.
Yeah.
We make a ton of money off this show. We should go traveling. All right, guy from Room, Little
Old
Nick,
Nick.
or Anakin Skywalker.
Old Nick versus Anakin
Old
Skywalker.
Nick.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Old
Anakin
Nick.
Skywalker.
Oh, dang it! I knew it.
All right, everybody online has to vote really
All right,
quickly.
everyone votes.
Everybody has to vote here too. So why don't you just go on your phones and vote, and then
yeah,
that way
vote.
they're all in one spot.
And then jam.wow.
Oh yeah, jam that
Jam
wow.
that wow.
Jam that wow. Yeah. I love it when people
that
turn on
my
their phone in
voice?
here. Yeah, that's your voice.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, if you keep jamming the wow over and over again, it makes Facebook think that this show is way more important than it is, and it'll share it more in Facebook feeds. So that's how you get around that. That's how you cheat. Brie Larson won Best Actress for that role in Room. Holy shit!
Yeah.
That's right.
I did not
Did a
know
very
that.
Good job.
And Jack
Hey.
votes for Old Nick. That Jack.
Oh, he's on Periscope? Okay,
Yeah.
thank
That
you.
Jack for
Yeah, that-
old Nick.
That Jack. That Jack. That Jack. That Jack.
That Jack.
And then we'll start to wrap this up here. You know what? I'll score everybody really
Yeah.
quickly while we're waiting. So
Don't forget to
1,
subtract one from me
2,
for
3.
not agreeing with you.
I just voted against you. 5. Okay, so this is interesting. So Saba has 5 points, which means Allison should have 4. 1,
Who
2,
would I not want to date?
3, 4. Yeah. So
Think of my own.
if
Old Nick.
if they vote for
Oh, I
Old
see.
Nick, if they vote for Old Nick, then Saba wins. If they vote for Anakin Skywalker, there's a tie.
Wowie zowie.
Yeah.
The stakes are so high.
Yeah, Brie Larson is from Elk Grove. Jack is a
Oh, you're writing that?
Yeah.
Her dad's a chiropractor.
Really? Oh, I think we talked about this on the show before. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
about
anybody
it all the
knows
time.
Brie Larson out there, we would like to have her on the show. So
That'd
if
be
she ever
fun.
comes home to Elk Grove,
Yeah.
we would like to have her people call me.
Give him a call.
Call my dogs.
No, I'm a
Yeah,
producer.
yeah. Waffle
Yeah.
and Coach will take it from
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
in
So,
a new movie.
Evan
right
will be
now.
on. Someone's saying they want, at least is saying they want Evan to come on. He will be on. I booked him.
You booked him.
I booked him
Yeah.
for later in
Oh.
February.
Yeah. So
People want him.
Evan
She's
will be
in
on soon.
Just Mercy, which just came out.
Oh.
Or is about to come out.
all right. So if you had to choose a winner, you're counting on your fingers.
Yeah, well, at this point, honestly, it's out of the park.
Oh yeah.
People would not want to date Old Nick.
Old
They
Nick.
say Old Nick, that's the winner.
So Saba's our big winner tonight.
Feels
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, Saba! Old Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, old Nick. Couldn't have done this without you.
You guys played a really good game, though. Nicely
fun
done. Good
topic.
picks. We didn't use our switches tonight, so one of these days we'll figure out a way. Maybe we put like a little string around the contestants' fingers, and then they'll play with it the whole time, and then
Yeah.
we'll make them. Then they'll be, and then we'll take it away from them. Their fingers
Yeah.
away from them when they use
You
their.
get an
switch.
actual switch. Like a.
Oh,
Like
like
a
a
what?
toggle. Like it's just like a big switch, and then you go like tuck, and then it takes the point, and then they go tuck and takes it back.
Huh.
Maybe it
I
sits in
still
the
don't
middle.
understand what this mechanism
I
is.
don't
but-
either.
It's,
I just
But
said it with confidence.
It just means that they were not. You guys didn't. You didn't want to like die for any of yours.
Right.
You know. You
or
weren't.
I agreed with some of hers. too.
Oh.
I was
True.
like, that's
Yeah,
a
you
really
saw the other
good
side. You have
one.
empathy.
Mutual
I guess.
respect, yeah.
Yeah.
We all know how to pick bad guys. Like, let's just admit it.
I
Yeah.
am.
we know how to identify one.
We can identify them after years of experience.
I have picked so many bad girlfriends. Yeah. I mean,
It's life.
not now. I'm saying like in like
Yeah, you
past.
got a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I don't want to. I got to be really careful. Do us a favor. Like the Sacramento Comedy Spot Facebook page. That way you get notifications when we go live. We're going to be starting a new show. Now that we've settled in here, I'm going to be doing a show on Thursday nights called Who Dis. So that's coming up soon. That'll be a streaming show also. You can watch all of our past videos at saccomedyspot.com/videos. Subscribe to the Top 10 List podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts. iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, all that good stuff. You don't have to follow me on social media, but if you want to, it's Brian Z Comedy. I post a lot of stuff. Not at all. I want to thank you, too, for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
I want to thank Sarah for doing all the heavy lifting and booking guests every single week.
Yeah.
Good job. Thank you all for being in our first ever live studio audience since
Very
we moved
good.
over
Make
here.
some noise. Yeah.
I want to thank Mike personally for limiting the number of comments he had during the show.
He still had some. Yeah, he still had some.
No, Mike, I appreciate you being here tonight. It means a lot.
One that I wanted to put like 8.
I know.
Restraint.
Restraint. Anyway, thank you both for being on the show. Thank you all for watching. You really are the most important part of the show. because you come back here every week and you've shared it with people and it keeps growing. So thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good night. We'll see you
Thank
next
you.
week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And the awkward part,
Melissa,
we have to
harmony.
stop everything.
Bye.